What's up, everybody? How's it going? The Karate Kid Legends trailer. Yeah, Karate Kid Legends. The trailer just hit a little while ago, so I want to go ahead and talk about that, do reaction to that. So, yeah, I don't really know much about this movie other than it's gonna have Daniel Russo, played by Ralph Macchio, and Jackie Chan coming back, I believe, as Mr. Han from the Jaden Smith movie. So I don't know what the tie-ins. I don't really know much about this movie other than those two are coming back. So I'm not sure. I don't think Cobra Kai is attached to this at all. If Cobra Kai is even canon to this. Not really sure the ins and outs of the movie. Hopefully the trailer tells us something. It's a 2-minute trailer. So I guess let's just go ahead and fire this thing up.
Our traditions are rooted in history. Kung Fu.
I like the fact that he mentions Kung Fu because one of the biggest problems, I don't hate the Jaden Smith Karate Kid. I just think it's the wrong title because it should be called the Kung Fu Kid. That and it was, I believe, called Kung Fu Kid in other countries, but it used the Karate Kid title, but it wasn't Karate Kid. It was Kung Fu. So that might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but it's clearly Kung Fu Kid. But yeah. So anyway, just a little nod there. Want to mic problem? Mic problem. 1 2. Okay, let's go back. Okay.
Claude. The tree grows strong.
Oh, okay.
You,
Mr.
Mr.
Miyagi's.
Miyagi?
I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you. In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it? Or not?
I'm liking the feel already for this.
Lee means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi.
He completely he is Lee is what means to me what you meant to Mr. Miyagi. Like Jaden who, man? That kid never happened.
I'm doing this for all of us. Whatever it takes. Two branches. One tree.
I have a lot of questions. A lot of questions. A lot of questions I have. I have a lot. I have a lot, actually. A lot of questions.
The tree grows strong.
See, they hit you with the nostalgia here.
New Mr. Miyagi?
I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you. In life.
Okay. So I have a lot of questions, and it comes down to this really. I hope that the problem is this is Sony Pictures. It was Sony Pictures. You don't know what you're gonna get a lot of times because it was great seeing Daniel Russo and Mr. Han coming back. They didn't call Mr. Han. I'm assuming that's Mr. Han from the Jaden movie. They apparently Jaden doesn't matter. We're not even going to talk about him. What's going on with Cobra Kai? Is that continuity? Is this taking place years after that? Is it taking place before that? Does it take place where it just doesn't exist? The problem is Sony Pictures is the same studio that gave us Craven, Morbius, and Madam Web. Not only that, they gave us Men in Black International. They gave us the 2016 Ghostbusters, whatever, the all-female Ghostbusters. They make flop after flop after flop. And that's just sort of what Sony does. Every once in a while, they'll come out with a decent movie. And what I'm worried about this is, did they see the success of Cobra Kai and Spider-Man No Way Home and go, hey, we had Toby and Andrew come back and it did great business. Hey, let's add the 2 teachers of the Karate Kid, since we have that IP, and let's put them together sort of like a Spider-Man No Way Home. We're not going to pay attention to what Cobra Kai is doing. We're not going to pay attention to like the Jaden Smith, like whatever. We're going to kind of do our own thing. I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm saying this is sort of the fears that I have with this. And the thing is, Sony Pictures has done nothing to make me not feel scared. They haven't done nothing to make me go, okay, because the Spider-Man Spider-Verse movies, that was Lord and Miller, which they're no longer on the project. And the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, that was all done by Marvel. So Sony has done nothing to make me feel comfortable in this project. And not only that, I don't understand the concept. You have Mr. Han, who apparently he's a great fighter. He knows how to fight. Like, this is apparently Mr. Han from the Jaden movie. Nothing has said anything that makes us think that it's not him. So we assume it's the same character, which he knows how to fight. So why does he have to go all the way to America to meet Daniel Russo, to have Daniel Russo help train this kid? Like, what? He can't train him on his own? He needs Daniel Russo? Maybe. I'm not sure. That could be possible. How does Mr. Han know Mr. Miyagi? One's from China, one's from Japan. They're not the same country. So I have a lot of questions. And you might be going, Rob, you're overthinking this, but this is the studio that brought us Craven, Morbius, and Madam Web. I don't think I'm overthinking this. I think this is all valid questions that I have. Like, there's a lot of stuff to consider with this thing. Like, is this going just for the first 3 Karate Kid movies and the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie, and the continuity for everything else doesn't exist? Does that continuity exist? Is this an X-Men situation where they just make up the continuity as they go? There's so many different things. Why does a teacher from China why does he even know about Mr. Miyagi in Japan? Not all Asians live in the same hood, bro. They live in different countries. So, I just have a lot of different questions. I like the aspect of the young kid who looks like he's got a crush on this girl. He's being bullied. It's basically the premise of anything Karate Kid related. You have this underdog, gets bullied. He learns how to kick ass. He takes names. I like that aspect of it. But the part where I find concerning is the inclusion, not incorporation. Corporation's the wrong word, guys. The inclusion of Daniel Russo. That kind of muddies the plot. If this is just simply someone that Mr. Han cares about and trains him, okay, that's a very simple plot. It's basically just another version of the Jaden Smith movie. But when you add Daniel Russo into it, you get to a whole nother level of complexity that I have questions for. And as someone who's been following Karate Kid since I was a kid with the original Ralph Macchio movies, I have questions. I think it's valid that I bring up Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai is in continuity with the first 3 movies. So where does that go? Where does the Jada movie fit into all this? What's the relationship between Miyagi and Mr. Han? How do they know each other? How does he know Daniel? There's a lot of complexities to this, and I might be getting over sweaty when it comes to this, but as someone who's been a fan of this franchise for going on 4 decades, I'm going to be 41 years old. For as long as I remember, Karate Kid has always been something that I enjoyed. Going back to my earliest memories, Karate Kid is very important to me as a child or as a person because of the memories of a child. So I just want to make sure that this isn't a cash grab, which all movies are sort of cash grabs. I want to know that they're making this movie for the right reason. I don't want Sony to be like, hey, Spider-Man No Way Home made all this money. Let's get these 2 great legendary teachers in one movie. Let's call Karate Kid, and we're just going to do like a Spider-Man No Way Home, shoehorn, screw the continuity. We're just doing this for money, because that's what Sony does. And if you don't believe me, look up Sony's IMDb and look at the movies that they have produced and made. They're all, for the most part, garbage. And that's what I'm worried about. That every once in a while they'll make a hit, like Ghostbusters Afterlife, and sometimes they'll come out with a hit because they have no interference in the movie. They don't think the movie's gonna be successful. But then you look at something like Ghostbuster Frozen Empire, and clearly Sony was very influential on that because they seen Afterlife made so much money, and it's a fine movie, but it's not as good as Afterlife. This is the same studio that brought us Craven, Morbius, the Venom movies, whether you like them or not, Madam Web, Uncharted, Men in Black International, the 2016 Ghostbusters. Like, I can go on and on. Those are just the movies off the top of my head that I remember. They're just not good movies. And if you're going to do Karate Kid, you're going to bring these two legendary actors together. The story needs to make sense, and you need to bring in the old audience as well as the new audience, because people like me are going to bring our kids to go see this and introduce them to a new generation of Karate Kid. But you don't want to have a crappy movie on your hands. That's just, look, this reaction is way longer than I thought it was going to be. I have thoughts, I have concerns, and I hope I'm not the only one with these concerns. So that's just my thoughts on it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about Karate Kid, breaking it down like I'm in a college, giving my thesis, but that's what it means to me. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Peace out, sauerkraut. Later, guys.